Hey, Stay, how's it going?
Hi, it's going good. It's almost nighttime in London. How about you?
Uh, just had a later lunch than usual, but it's been a nice like cloudy, rainy day here. It's like one of my favorite kind of days, so I'm just enjoying the rain.
Nice. Okay, it's good to see a fellow rain lover because it's been rainy today in London, and this is like the ideal weather. Unfortunately, it's gonna get like really hot over the weekend, which is I haven't seen like this kind of weather over here in like ever. Uh, Yeah, I mean, I think 10 years ago when I first like lived here for a bit, when you got like a day which was like the upcoming weekend in the summer, everybody would go out, and you only get like 3 or 4 days like that per year. And this year it's been like month after month after month. So yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit of a change this year. Wow.
yeah. I don't know. Has it been the same in Salt Lake?
Uh, no, I think we actually like we had a pretty mild summer. At least it seemed compared to the previous summer. Like the previous summer, I got to like the hundreds, many days of the year. But this year, it didn't seem quite as bad. Or maybe I just wasn't going outside as much. I'm not sure. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, over here it seemed like way different. I mean, not complaining. I love summer as well, but don't mind the rainy day. As you can see, it's a bit wet outside. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been what have we been doing? Aside from the uh comic convention we went to like not this weekend, but last weekend, which I think I mentioned some last week.
Yeah.
Uh
How was that?
it was fun. But then it we've been very happy we didn't like catch COVID there, but we were masked up.
Oh God. Yeah, it's been going around everywhere. I've heard friends of mine having it, and I've seen people on Twitter like complaining that they've caught it, and it's just as bad as before. I
Mhm.
was lucky. I'm like staying as much as I can away from crowded areas, especially now that I've got a small kid. Gotta like keep them keep on sheltered.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
we're looking forward to this weekend. We're going to see uh I think it's what's her name? Let me make sure I get it right. Uh Taylor Tomlinson, the comedian who's doing a
oh,
show here. Yeah, so looking forward to that.
okay, nice. What's her like theme?
um I don't know. I maybe like uh combination of just like elder millennial slash just like being a human. I mean,
The best kind of comedy.
yeah,
Very
just
humor.
relationships, maybe.
Yeah, nice. That's nice. That's really good. Yeah. Yeah, it's been really fun. This week, I mean last week, just last Saturday, we had our big product launch, and it's been going amazing. We got number three, which is huge for us.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That
that
was
was quite a surprise. Yeah,
that was
uh,
very exciting.
yeah. Thank you for everyone. If you're watching this and you showing your support on Product Hunt, it was like really a surprise to see so many people rally around the product. It's a platform that's like really interesting for new products, and we got number three on Saturday, which is huge considering not many people in our network know about Product Hunt, and so many people from the outside join in and found out about Hardcover, and they really appreciate what we do. We also see like quite an increase in the number of signups. It just went whoop, right, Adam?
Yeah, I think since Saturday we've had about 250 signups, which compared to our normal like single digits per day,
Yeah,
that's been a huge uptick.
yeah, yeah. That's been really nice to see. I'm wondering if I wanted to ask you if we have any like conversion data for the people who like went on the homepage. I'd be like really curious uh, how that went.
Yeah, like we know we had 1,100 people who visited, and of those, 98 signed up. So that's like 1 in 11 that signed up. But
Wow, that's
that's
good. Yeah.
but that's that 1,100 visitors doesn't take into account people who are already subscribers.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
I'd say 1 in 10.
yeah, that's one thing we don't have anymore. Like we used to have segmentation by like repeat visitors versus new visitors in with Google Analytics because they use a cookie to be able to tell that. So that's one thing we don't have anymore. But I think 1 in 10 is already amazing.
Yeah, it's yeah, it is amazing. I mean, if we had 1 million visitors, imagine how many signups we'd get.
Yeah, yeah.
Hun-
One of the uh, exciting, or one of the next things that I'm thinking, like this has just reminded me, like in order to get just more people to visit Hardcover, we can continue doing launches and continue getting the word out. But one of the other things is just like, improving our SEO, which is, just making pages load faster, making sure everything's indexed on Google, just getting high Google page speed for those pages. And I've already seen like our, I'm like checking it out now, but our search engine traffic go up from like single digits to like quite a bit higher. Like, I'll share my screen here for a second because it's, um,
Let's see some data.
let's see to the first. So yeah, if I do this,
Go.
so yeah, here's our search engine performance over the last couple months, where we were getting like 10 clicks a day, and then on the 15th we launched our update, and it's been like ticking up since then, double digits and more search traffic. And then for some reason over the weekend, all of a sudden 78 and 49. So we've gone from 5 to 50 in a month. So if we 10x that to 500 in a month, that would be that would be pretty nice.
Yeah,
keep
I
keep
love
keep
that.
this trajectory.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping we do. I love that like uptick in the end. Yeah, it's gonna get there as more people link to us as well, and I'm hoping as more people discover about hardcover. We don't seem to have a problem like when people know about us, they have no problem sharing us with other readers. So our problem right now is being like so obscure that we don't have like that base of people who share it, but. I've began seeing it with this launch that people are actually sharing it outside our networks, which is huge for us and the thing we've built to have people recommend us to friends. I think that passes a threshold that was really important, and just seeing like a couple of people doing that is really amazing. That's good news. I'm hoping we maintain the same, you know, the same energy going from this point on.
Yeah, that that additional word of mouth has been nice. I'm like wondering like how many people, like a couple people we've talked to and have posted, have already said they're like making the switch from Goodreads or Storygraph over to hardcover. So it makes me excited that people are like just choosing us for their book reading platform. And then there's also people who like don't track books at all, and then they're finding us and
Yeah,
realizing, oh, there's a whole community here, and wanting to join for that. So little of
yeah,
both.
yeah. That's ideal. I mean, it's what we've been working up to this whole like 2.5 years. So it's amazing to actually see that happen, to pass that threshold. It's yeah, really good.
Yeah.
Really. Now we just gotta like make it like even better, because once we pass that, it's yeah, it's amazing to see people moving, making the switch, making the switch is basically what we were after. Good to see it happening.
Yeah. Are there any like takeaways from the launch for you?
Yeah, I realized that we have a lot of support and a lot of pull from people who really want this platform to scale. I've seen this multiple times, people saying that, okay, we've got to this point, now we got to scale it. And yeah, I totally agree. It's amazing to have people, other people who are basically strangers tell you this. Uh, for me, it highlighted that uh, the platform, the hardcover is already delivering the stuff they need. Now they just want to see it succeed. I'm guessing, like, why do you think that is? Do you think that relates to, us being like permanent, not being like a startup that has like this, that little risk to like just go away at some point?
Yeah. Yeah. When people say they want it to scale, I'd be curious like what they want exactly. Like maybe it's that they want like yeah, they want to know it's that we're secure. They want to know that, we're not going to disappear tomorrow. Um maybe maybe like yeah, more readers on it, more books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
community was my second guess as well.
Mm,
I mean, if I found a book platform, that would be like the thing I'd ask for. We've already got a lot of. I mean, now if you go on hardcover, chances are if you browse enough on it, you're gonna find some amazing readers with really good libraries. So I think even now you can spend a lot of time on it, just digging through other people's libraries, and we have 3.5 thousand readers on it, and out of those 3.5 thousand, there are at least a few hundred where if you go on their profile and see their libraries, there's a lot to discover over there. Plus maybe it's, yeah, the whole thing, because a platform that uh, is mature, I guess, has good book data, a lot of readers, and a lot of things. I mean, infinite things to discover. I guess that's what you want in a network. Do you feel the same way?
yeah. Yeah. I think yeah, part of that maturity is that like for someone who's an active user, there's always something new for them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like once we like I feel like we're getting to that point where we have like that core functionality down. Like we still need to, polish it and improve performance and like fix little bugs. But like that core functionality, I feel like is the part that we've we've started to hit, which might
Mm-hmm.
be just hitting product market fit. And
Yeah.
now it's a matter of just like pouring gasoline on that and figuring out how to get people that are here and are enjoying kind of the tracking features and the social features, giving them kind of that like one of the analogies we always used was like I probably used this story like multiple times, but like the when you're getting a hotel room and you have a TV and a bed and a bathroom, and I feel like we've done that, and now it's like, oh, now we're like, oh, we should hit the mint on the pillow, the the room service that's automatically like delivering your favorite foods to you.
Yeah,
So it's those features that bring you up from just like, oh, this is a replacement for Goodreads and it's satisfying what I need, to, oh my god, this is awesome. And I feel like now we're trying to figure out what that next step is for that.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I love that. And it's, yeah, really describes the point we're in right now, and it also, yeah, touches upon the choice we have to make next, what to actually build. I think top of the lists is definitely discussions, but I'm wondering what else do you have in mind regarding that vision? You know, the mint on the pillow, the room service, like being excellent in that stuff.
I I think it for me it comes down to like for readers, like there's the community within the readers themselves, but there's only so much you can do with just readers. So it's a matter of how we like make that connection between readers and authors. I
Mhm.
feel like no platform has done that in a way where like authors and readers are both on the platform and both excited to be around each other. Like I was reading a lot of reviews on Goodreads, and one of the common things that people were saying was like, hey authors, don't read my reviews about you. Like, and it makes sense. Like if you write a review and an author comments on it, that kind of puts you in a spot where it's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have been so honest, or I hurt someone's feelings by being honest about my opinion. And it's how do we create a space for authors and readers without that?
Yeah, really good point. And I think I've seen that from both ends, both readers being afraid to comment just in case authors like read that, and the other way around, authors encouraging themselves not to read their comments because some readers, I mean, some comments you don't want to read. I get if you're an author, no matter at what level you are, you can even be like super successful. Some reviews, I mean, not even as an author, you wouldn't want to read. Yeah, that's really interesting. How do you think we'd solve that? Let's say we have readers, we have authors on the platform. How would you see that? How would you see
I
the solution to that?
I I don't know yet. Like when it comes to reviews, I feel like there's no I don't know of a way around it. Like you want people to be themselves, but maybe we don't allow comments on reviews, or maybe maybe there's even an option where it's like don't allow the author to review
Yeah,
or to comment, and then it's just like, oh, so at least the reader doesn't see comments from the author.
yeah, true. And we can make the same thing for the author. I mean, if you don't want to see comments on your books, you can, of course, just ignore them. But let's say something pops up in your feed and it's about your book, and it's like not ideal. Uh, Maybe we make an option where you could block that. I think that'll solve it. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess it's also a matter of like community, like not well, the platform we're building. We're building it on the basis that everyone's like not very mean. I mean, of course, some you can be like you can leave an honest review, but I feel that lots of things on Goodreads are filled with negativity, and that might be either like weaponized negativity, which we've not only heard about but we know exists, like review bombing and people being deliberately mean to authors. But yeah, also like general negativity. So I guess maybe it's a community thing that we can encourage to try to be nice,
Nice.
or yeah, just like not.
Yeah,
Not past that level where you can actually like hurt someone real bad.
yeah. It's almost like a cultural thing. It's like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
it's
like
called.
Letterboxd hasn't had that same problem when it comes to
Yeah,
um, like reviewers and filmmakers. But then again, filmmaker making a film is a very collaborative process. It's not like one person is responsible for the entire thing. Where with a book, you have editors and illustrators and publishers and other people, but
yeah,
it's much more tied to like one person. And for I know for me, like when I do something creative, I get very like emotionally connected to that. So if someone's you know shitting on that, I'm gonna have a bad day.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I think that's like the culture is part of the solution to this. We can also like go for like technical helpers, but yeah, maybe just reminding people always to be nice and to not like pass a certain threshold through our code of conduct, or maybe even in the whole, if we're building discussions in the way that they're posting discussions, and generally have hardcover as a place where we encourage constructive criticism, if there is constructive criticism. I guess that's like a good approach to it. Also, moderation. I mean, I guess some people who really pass certain limit, I guess we'd have to moderate those. We just have to be careful not to make this moderation, like on Reddit, where you can post something which is totally okay, but because the subreddit has excessively strict moderators, they slash that for no reason. Just find that balance. What do you think?
Yeah, it's. I have a feeling we'll be like talking about this like 5 years from now, and we still won't have a solution, but we'll still just be
Yeah,
doing our best at it.
yeah, exactly.
It feels like it's more of a process that we're like two steps forward, one step back, and trying to figure out. But maybe we'll hit a balance at some point. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At least we're not the first platform who like encountered this kind of things. I mean, I just remembered, the problems they had at Airbnb with people trashing places, and this whole company culture, which was aimed at making less of that happen, and less people seeing Airbnb as a place where you can rent houses and trash them for parties, and a place where not only you're like insured as an owner, but the idea is for that not to happen. So I think the way they shaped the company culture was aimed towards that. I think with little like details. I think it's, yeah, like you said, it's all in the details and it's a process. But definitely, I think that's achievable. I think it doesn't just like end up by default by being like Goodreads or like some parts of Reddit. I think we can avoid that just by stressing out and like addressing like every issue that comes up. Uh,
yeah, yeah, it's kind of like we see these issues on the horizon, but they're still way down the line.
yeah,
And maybe by the time we get there, we'll have more clarity to have a solution for them.
yeah. Well, might happen sooner than we think.
True.
Hoping towards that. Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, if we have authors as a focus as well, would it make sense to merge these two updates into one? I'm thinking how much discussions have to do with authors. I know last time in the last hardcover live we had, we fleshed out discussions, and much of the things that related to discussions were about authors. So I'm thinking just to like make it integrated towards like that goal of also helping authors, if it would make sense to actually make this update with what we planned for the author pages as well, and do both discussions and author research at the same time. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it would make sense to talk to some authors about discussions for sure, and it might end up being uh, not so much like a redesign of the entire author section, but at least like it'll be a an update to the author pages to
Yeah,
support discussions. We might still have like that might find a whole bunch of other things related to authors that we're like we'll need to investigate and research out more, and then those will be on the author pages later. But we know that discussions and authors are going to be a thing. Like
yeah,
we might as well, yeah, talk to some authors about it.
yeah. That sounds good. Um, how do you think authors would use the, the their page, maybe with discussions as well, but just like their page in general?
Hmm. Well, I know one of the things that I've seen is that like authors want readers to buy their books. Like that they want to make a livelihood. That's kind of their north star in terms of like problems that need solving.
Yeah.
um so I see it as like how do we solve that need with discussions, with a redesign of the author page, with
Mm-hmm.
author accounts. And that could mean um a, yeah, there's a lot of things that can mean, but I think uh, I think for starters, it could mean like being able to join the conversation with readers, have readers like follow them and hear about their books when they launch. That way, they can um, have that like additional emails that get sent out to readers that notify them of new books, for instance, or um, really just like giving them a connection with their readers so that they can um, just feel more close to the readers and the readers can feel more close to the authors. I know that's
Yeah.
pretty high level, but that's kind of
No, that's a very good overview. I was thinking as you were saying that about our launch on Product Hunt, and the fact that you mentioned that authors want to sell books. I guess from the smallest, like up and coming emerging authors to even like, I mean, bigger, like more let's say authors further along their journey, they wouldn't mind having a place to. I was thinking about actually launching the book and doing something that's similar to what we did on Product Hunt. Uh, because over there we had a discussion. So what I found great, what I find great about Product Hunt is that you can post your product over there. It gets exposure to early adopters, and you also get a bunch of feedback. So they have the discussions, which work out great, but they also have these launches. So I'm thinking, what if we took some inspiration from that and actually build in some functionality that would allow authors to launch their book in a similar way. I mean, have a launch date, maybe even, the coming soon features or on Product Hunt. Like that would be similar to sending ARC review copies to readers or samples. You could get some early feedback in. You can get some early reviews, and then when the book launches, it could just appear in the feed and it could be part of the books that are launched maybe in that week. Let's not like have it maybe daily. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of like giving authors a platform to launch their books. And if people, if readers were using that to find new books in their like area of interest or support authors that they were already fans of, I think that could, I think that could be really beneficial for authors for sure.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I'm wondering now, what would make authors do it if I see launches on Twitter. I see lots of authors like posting their books on Twitter, or maybe even I haven't seen them posting on Reddit. Reddit is more of a community thing. Well, where else do authors post their? But like, if they want to like launch, even if it's through a publisher, if they want to launch it to the world and let people know, okay, you can buy this here, you can buy this at bookshop.org, or this book is launching today. Is there like any place where they would announce that apart from like the usual press releases?
I know one of them that I researched was a BookBub who does like
Yeah.
uh, they have a big email list and they highlight books that are like $1. So a lot of authors will like make their book $1 for like a day just to get in that email and get sent out to hundreds of thousands of people. So sometimes those sales are a big one. Um, yeah, and then ads, Facebook ads, things like that.
Yeah, that could be something. I mean, yeah, BookBug is a really good platform. I'm wondering, they do physical books as well, right? So you get a book for $1. That's
Yeah, it's
their mechanism.
it's like a referral to like the book that should be for sale at like Amazon or somewhere else for $1.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what if we did that and the book maybe it had like a sale on it, like Product Hunt does with the discount codes, but our thing wouldn't be necessarily, sell your book for $1 just for exposure. Maybe just like sell your book for maybe the regular price, but we just offer you that exposure, and we become the place where the books get launched. I'm thinking because we have a feed, and that's a place where we can do lots of things, and we can actually like have those book launches uh, integrated in multiple parts of the website.
Yeah, because it's like there's the launch, and then there's like the rest of the lifespan of the book after that. So it's like how do we set them up for success at that launch, but also like give them a trickle of traffic from that point forward. So it's almost like this is one thing that I think we both kind of realized from the product launch. It's like the launch wasn't the big event that made us like you know enough subscribers to fully support the project, but it gave us momentum so that from then we're not at zero anymore. So I feel
Yeah,
like if we can do something for authors that kind of raises their baseline from zero to something, then that's a success.
yeah, that actually sounds really well, really good. Because even if you launch a book and it ends up on a big platform like Goodreads or the Storygraph, it takes a while for people to actually submit reviews or to actually, get that additional content. Like, if you're an author, what if you could just see in a day because you're launching that day, and you get, let's say, I don't know, 300 people looking at your book. I think that's feasible even with our current numbers. 300 people looking at that book, and maybe we make it according to genre. So, you see what readers visited your page, and you get the insights beyond uh, just this number of readers. You had 300 readers seeing your book, and it resulted in X number of sales. But you also gain insights about what they usually read. You can maybe get some questions on your launch day as an author. You know what happens in on Product Hunt, where we got lots of questions about uh, what our plans are, or can it do this, can it do that. I'm imagining the same can be with books. uh, hmm. if there's like a theme that someone wants to ask about, they can ask the author directly, and the author has an incentive to be on our platform on that day. So
Yeah, that it makes me wonder, like for the discussions we have, um, we had a type for, a general discussion, a poll, a photo, a quote. It's almost like, should one of those types be ask the author or something like that?
it could be like,
Or is that just a discussion?
yeah, I think it's I think it's just like yeah, just a discussion. I actually did some. You showed me the Substack example yesterday, and I think it's a great format for discussions. And I just wanted to show you and everyone with this occasion what I'm working on. So, ba-da-dam. So what I did
Mm-hmm.
was okay. I took all of the things we did last time, all of the discussions, and I started creating pages for how can discussions appear in the feed as part of the series. This I have not done yet. As part of your profile, as part of a character discussion, and I was doing this, which is basically a single discussion. So maybe you're in the feed, you see this. These are like I was playing around with alternatives. If the discussion is in the feed and it's not tied, so this if this you're on the Final Empire book page, you wouldn't see this. You would just see like the thing. But if you're in the feed, you need some context, and I was playing around with how can we show the actual book that's referenced in the discussion. um, and then yeah, I started basically this um, seeing how a single discussion might look. And I took your Substack example, and yeah, I was thinking how it could work with this kind of nested Reddit like discussions threads.
Yeah.
I think it could work, right? It looks, how does it look? What do you think?
Yeah, yeah. I think I like something like this. Uh, I think think I'm trying to think like for like all the additional things we need for each of these replies, like a way to like, if we want to have the ability to like each reply as well,
Yes.
and
I would, yeah, and
or
reply to them.
yeah, or like link to each one. So there's like
Uh-huh.
actions on each one without it.
uh yeah, I was thinking this could appear, so link. This could appear on Hover, so you could like a discussion on Hover. I think when I did the mobile mockups way over here, um, I had multiple ways you could like uh, an actual comment. Maybe this could work. Like you'd have like the replies to that comment and a way to like them. Uh, Over here, I was thinking that, where is it? Over here. Uh, the hearts can appear on hover, and you can like, reply, or yeah, link to the comment. How would linking work? You'd basically link to that comment, and would you share the link externally?
Yeah, yeah, you can share it externally. I know I share random comments with my wife on Reddit all the time.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, yeah, and you can share. Yeah, you can actually share the comments on Reddit. We could have these on hover. I'm wondering on mobile, maybe. Hmm. If we show these next to each comment, I mean, that might work as well, but it's kind of heavy. So I wanted to make it as clean as possible without, missing information. If what do you think? How do you feel about these appearing on hover? Do you think it's an action you would discover as a user?
I think I think I prefer just seeing them all the time. I think I'm just used to
Mhm.
it from other platforms. And also, um, chances are we would want the number of likes visible all the time anyways. So that way, if there's a this comment has 10 likes, this comment has 0 likes or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, then we can have them all the time. I wouldn't mind. We can play around with that. The thing I was thinking about is that we can actually look at Substack as well. When you're on the discussion, we have lots of elements, so I want to minimize them so we could actually focus on the discussion itself. So if you have comments like these, you can actually focus on reading them instead of uh, having these on each one. I mean, for longer comments,
Hmm.
yeah, it actually like work, but that's like my just to understand my concern about these. Nah, even though I mean now that I place them over here, yeah, they're not too bad.
Yeah. And I think having them like at the end of the post might be a little hard to scan because then it's like kind of a different position for each one.
Okay, so you're wait, doing- you're thinking underneath.
Yeah, that's what I was initially thinking.
Yeah, we could totally do that. I was also thinking next to the username because we have lots of space over there, but
Yeah. Let me see something.
it could be an option. Let me actually like put them underneath and then I'll copy the page so we can compare. So you have this. Yeah, actually I don't mind that. One of my design beliefs is that people love to scroll and that's like consistent with UX research. So having a page just go a lot further down would not be like too bad. We can make them smaller though. Actually, let me make this. This is not okay. Here we go. Looking now. So yeah, but the nested discussion. How does it look?
I
I
like
think
it.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty clear, and we'll have to see on mobile. I was checking out the Substack app, and I noticed when there were more than 3 or 4 nested replies, it kind of got so you had half of the screen taken by these lines. So I'm thinking
Hmm.
how this can adapt to mobile, or if there's any other way to do it. On desktop, it looks great. We
Yeah.
can just yeah. I'll try to simulate maybe like 5 of these nested replies on mobile as well. And I'm also gonna look at Reddit, find a post where you have a lot of nested replies, and yeah, maybe get some inspiration from how they're doing it. But yeah, this look, hmm? Ah,
One one thing
yeah,
that seeing all these lines kind of reminded me of, it's like when you're holding a book and it's open and it's like the pages lining up from like the previous pages you've read,
yeah,
if you know what
that's
I mean.
nice. Yeah, uh huh.
I'm not sure how we could like bring that in, but it's almost like when you're reading this post, it's like you're like part of the way into a book.
You could turn it like this. There we go.
There you go. So much easier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is looking pretty.
It's it's
Yeah,
it's it's almost like if this part right here, like this leftmost like top level one was almost like the spine of the book, and
uh
then the
huh.
other comments were like coming out of that somehow.
Yeah, that would be. If you have any ideas, like just duplicate this. I think this is a good, like, and over here you just have MD or SM and have like second, no, tertiary reply button. So just have this and maybe have an icon on it, and the icon would be reply. There we go. Yeah. And you'd also be able to, like, so this would reply to the main threads,
Hmm.
and these would allow you to reply to each comment.
Yeah. And one way I've seen this happen is instead of doing it like that, doing it like um let me like if you move that down and then this is actually like up here
Oh, okay. So you can actually have, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then there's just like a you know a box here and then so it's like if you want to reply you don't even have to read the others, you just like
Oh, yeah. You can actually do that. Mm, that's pretty good. I think it reminds me of WordPress comments, which I'm not sure is like good or bad, because um, I'm wondering also for the items in the feed. One interesting thing I've seen is that, uh, for instance, when you submit a discussion, you're on, let's say, page halfway through this book. We had like this debate on whether we should make a title mandatory for discussion. Uh, but I'm wondering if you're posting just an update. So you want to be posting this. Um, would a title make it give you an extra like decision to take? Because I kind of feel that way. Uh, so you want to ask this, and we tell you, okay, but you have to submit a title to this, uh, and it's mandatory. Wouldn't that be? I mean, if you're
yeah.
finishing a book, a review could have a title, but this kinds of updates, would you see them as needing a title?
I would
Like,
I could see
yeah,
them as having almost like an auto generated title, like it's almost like all updates have the same title and that title is like you know progress update page X of Y book, not that exactly, but like
yeah.
it would be something behind the scenes, and then we could decide whether or not we show it or not, depending on the context that that post is shown. Like if people are able to tell it's a progress update, we wouldn't need to show that title.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely. I mean, if it would help to have it in the back end, definitely. I'm thinking, if you're seeing this in the feed, it would be cleaner to just have. I mean, I think people would understand if we put some kind of indication of what page this update was submitted on. Yeah, I'm just worried because this is what this box directly underneath the discussion topic reminding me of. It's a formalized way to look at it. So it's kind of framing this comment as like an article, like you'd see on Substack,
Mm,
and because that's the structure, when it's like a blog post, but this is kind of easier than a blog post. You just post an update and you ask a question. So this would be like a discussion and a question, actually. Um, so that's why I'm not sure about this, but it could work. Let me actually like put an input here. We could play around with things, but yeah, I'd rather like have it framed as how does Reddit do it? Do they have like a
they do it at
thing?
the top here too, like So even before
Yeah,
you scroll down to read the comments, you'll see the
the
comments
box,
box.
right?
Yeah. So Substack and Reddit both do it like right at the top.
Yeah, I'm also thinking because our where is it? Sorry about moving all over the place. Um, our new discussion or new, yeah, reply. How are you thinking about it? Should it be just like a regular text reply where you can tag things, or uh, could you add other things as well in there? Or is it? Yeah.
So when you're like updating your progress, and this is one of those kinds of updates.
No, when you're so you want to reply to this, and you're on this
Okay.
page, would you want to add an image or something else over here,
Hmm.
or like reference lists? I'm guessing you could do that with ads or like this for
Yeah.
books.
Yeah. Maybe we have like a standard comment type functionality where this would be the
Mm-hmm.
same functionality that you could use if you were writing a review, and
Oh yeah,
for that you could um, yeah, link to other entities in the system, books, characters. Um,
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, but yeah, I guess the question is, do we allow? I guess we should allow like rich markup, like lists, um, things like that, because like I know when I'm replying to a comment on Reddit, sometimes I'll want to do like bullet points and bold, and I want to I want to answer the question, and sometimes answering the question means writing a ton of text. Like it's writing a big answer to a question.
Yeah, that's true. Hmm. Let's yeah, that's a good point. So it would need at least like this bar for formatting the comments. Where is it? Uh, so this one
Yeah,
was
it
it?
would need
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah. Let me just paste it here. Yeah, this is the decision we can take. I mean, if we go for the nested discussions, we can then decide in the next step how do replies work, and if you can reply on this page, or would we send you, or would we open an overlay, or what would happen. So yeah, we could see how that would work. It could work similarly to Reddit, and we could have like a more complex reply box in here or at the end. But yeah, I think this is going places.
Yeah, I I I'm thinking like if someone was on the feed and they saw like a progress update from someone and they just wanted to reply to that update right then and there, it'd be nice
Mm-hmm.
to be able to do it like right from the feed without going like even being able to like expand and see the replies,
Yeah.
because I'm thinking like on that's one of the things that I do like on Facebook, and like they do commenting on feed items really well,
Mm-hmm.
and they make it very inviting and easy to comment on someone's reply and someone's activity without losing your current context.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna actually put some context because yeah, Facebook really does it well. So if we combine their reply approach with what Reddit is doing, maybe because on Facebook, yeah, you can only actually I think you can format it on Facebook as well, right? Your reply.
I know you
In any
can.
case, they have
Yeah,
some functionality, so you can add a picture or you can, yeah. I think they nailed it. So yeah, what's cool about it is that we have like so many good examples of how discussions can be formatted, and I think we're a few iterations away from having like an ideal model of how this would work.
Yeah. And
Yeah, this is good.
one thing that I know I do a lot with like Reddit and other places is I click like here to collapse this one when I want to go to the next one.
Yeah,
Do you do that when you're reading?
yeah, sometimes when some of them are really, really long, and on Reddit some tend to get this long, definitely I collapse them. So we could do that and just like have a an icon. Let's see. Sam's commented again. He's a talker, so maybe we could put an up down thing, uh, arrow up down. Well, something, not this.
Oh, you mean to like expand and
Yeah, yeah,
contract?
yeah. Expand. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, this is not it, but let's pretend it is. Yeah, just have this, and yeah, maybe write the number of replies. 12 replies.
Yeah, something like that could work. Where it's like something to indicate that it's collapsed. Another potential way to do it could mean to add this here, and then this would be like
Oh
there
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, good idea. Okay, yeah, nice.
or something.
Yeah, it's pretty good. This, yeah, that's perfect. Nice. Okay, getting there. Yeah, so I'm guessing we're full on in on discussions, which is great. I think the next step would be, so I put Gandalf here as a character. I'm working on this page.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow the same layout for readers, characters, and authors, and just have like different sections for each of them. I think that would work, right? I mean, it contributes to consistency, and I think it would be nice to see a character in the same way you'd see like a user or an author.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually, because I'm trying to think like when I go to a page and it's a character, I, I don't want like any part of me wondering, is this an author, a character, or a user? I want to know like instantly it's a character. So yeah, I'm wondering
Character.
like is that enough to make it like instantly recognizable this is a character aside from it, it being Gandalf.
Yeah, exactly. Uh yeah, good question. Let's think about it. I kind of like it that you don't know. I was even thinking of let's say you want to follow this character, and if it's a character from a book that's a series, let's say that's upcoming, you can even get updates. Uh and yeah, maybe later on we can even let you chat to this character using AI if you have enough data.
That
So
would be pretty
I
hilarious.
yeah, I don't know. I kind of like it's it kind of personalize it, but yeah, you're right. If it becomes too unclear, yeah, it could be. But yeah,
you,
could be a thing.
you know
Let's think about
as you were describing that like chat with the character, like I was realizing how just incredibly simple that would be today with
it.
like
Yeah,
OpenAI. Like all you have to do is like so right now when you chat with Ask Jules, you're basically chatting with a bot and we give it a personality by, we have a little write up on what the personality of Jules is. Like we could just create a bot with a personality and we say Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
yeah. That would. I mean, for these characters which are like well known, it would be like amazing to actually be able to do that, and I think it would be really cool. We can also like for like lesser known characters, if they have a description, I'm guessing we could also like put that in the, so you're Gandalf, known as Gray or whatever, whatever, uh, and yeah, use the description to yeah, but yeah, it would be really easy, which is mad. I mean, it could be like really fun to do that. I have this like dream of allowing users to DM themselves, but not like actual DMs to have like time DMs. So you'd only be able to send a DM per week. So it's kind of like a letter. You have to wait for it to arrive. So that's why I left this here. Not sure we'd want to like leave that in, but I'm just keeping it for now. Uh, it
Interesting.
could be interesting to send a letter to Gandalf and see what he replies.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, would be fun for kids as well. I think as a kid, I would have loved to get a letter from like I don't know Harry Potter or something like that.
Yeah. And sending a letter feature would be more like, it's basically like one chat message. It's a bot with one message at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and the thing is DMs. There's also this. We are social networks, so do we allow DMs? Definitely. I think DMs create too much noise, and they're being used for like advertising and spam. So I was thinking, something that relates to the literary world and also has like this air of how things used to be, as the letter, you actually send something and you waited for the person to receive it, and then they send something back, this like expectancy. Maybe we can simulate it. I just thought it was fun, so yeah, maybe if it's easy to do at some point. Yeah, but yeah, the next step would be like to see how this would merge with the author's accounts. And yeah, I was even thinking that we can dive into the authors. Maybe that's what the next hardcover live could be. uh, Maybe we could launch a call for feedback from authors, and we could actually make one of these for the author page. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I think yeah, both talking with authors and doing that would be beneficial. And yeah, just showing them the discussions as we have them today and getting feedback on that, like the ability to create discussions, like what would you want for discussions on your books, or what wouldn't you want?
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Perfect. Well, another good session.
Yeah. But yeah, this the iterations on the discussions are looking good. Like there's so much surface area to cover from them. Like it just branches out into so many pages of the site. So yeah, I uh, admire your organization of like trying to figure out all the different touch points that we're gonna have to
Yeah.
design.
Yeah, but that's really good because if we generate something that's really easy to componentize and put in various places, and you know make it really adaptable to various places. I mean, if we just think, this post could go here and we can just hide that, and yeah, it worked. Yeah, I think that's gonna make things a lot easier to like implement this.
Yeah,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, on that note, I think we can wrap it up, I guess.
sounds good. I will talk to you later on Discord and have a good
Yeah,
week.
perfect. Have a good week, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.